So finally we're here. Finally we made it. We're starting the website. And the first and foremost thing that I really want to start is to talk about what the most common question is for me right now. It is, what is BTO? People have asked me, why not Jinkola Fitness? Why not Jinkola Performance? Why not Jinkola something with your name in it? I had to have something with meaning and substance behind it. And that's where BTO comes from. BTO was bar none the most instrumental part of my life at probably my lowest time, but also became the most inspirational thing for me. And I wanted to share that with you guys. I'm going to do my very best to keep it short and sweet. Anybody who knows me knows that that's one of the hardest things for me to do is keep things short and sweet, but I'm going to try. For me, this started about 1993. Anybody who knows my story about playing professional football, I was chasing my dream for 7 years. I didn't go to college or university to play football. I went to over 131 free agent camps in 7 years. What they say was I beat all the odds. And truly, at the end of the day, I believe it's all in your heart. In 1993, things were really good. People were believing me. People saw my ability. They saw my passion to want to do it. So there was that sense of belief. But as time went on, right around 1997, 98, that's when things started getting a little bit more where people were falling off. People were questioning me. Friends would walk away, not giving me even the decency of walking 7, 8, 9 feet away and already be starting to talk behind my back and, things like, what a loser. When's he going to get a life? I mean, and truth be told, 27, 28 years old, I mean, at some point maybe you do worry. But I had blinders on. For those years I had blinders on. I believed in myself. I believed I can do it. I didn't let the negative things get into my head. But after chasing, the dream in 131 free agent camps, you start listening to the people and you start listening to them talk. And at that time, 1997, 98, I was going to Niagara College. And I didn't know what I wanted to do with my career. I was working in a grocery store. I was working in the meat department, stocking shelves, putting meat away. I mean, if it got enough money for me to go make my trips, put gas in my car, pay for phone bills and videotapes, I did it. And finally, 1998, I was 28 years old, and I had gotten to the point where I started listening. I started listening to people, people over the years always saying, do you know what the odds are? Do you know how many people want that position? Do you know how many people play college or university football and never even get the chance? You start listening to it. You really do. And for me, albeit all those years I didn't, I began to listen. Because people became closer and closer to me. My close family, my close friends. And I had gotten to the point where I was at an all-time low. And finally, there was one instance in 98. And I won't give the instance. I plan on writing a book later on in my life. There will be the story behind the story. But close people to me, very close people to me, I overheard conversations. And it stopped and made me think. Am I embarrassing the family? Am I embarrassing my friends? I've been dating my wife for 9 years. When am I going to pop the question? Is it disrespectful in any way, shape, or form to friends and family? Those are the things that go through your head. And it hit me that one day. And the next day at college, I remember going to Niagara College and I brought my gym bag. And I remember working out 5-6 hours up in the mezzanine at the college. And I'll tell you, I had the energy of a bull. I just kept going and going and going until I couldn't do anymore. And I remember going down to the shower to just kind of cool off, get ready to go home. And I remember coming out of the shower and I ran into a teacher who was putting up a poster up on the wall. And the poster entitled, 1 in 100,000 student athletes will ever play a professional sport. So stay in school. Now, albeit, I do motivational speaking. I love it. I love talking to the kids. I love talking to whoever I get the opportunity to talk to. But once again, I was being given the odds. And this one hit me really hard. And it kind of sunk in. 1 in 100,000 student athletes. So what am I? I'm not a student athlete. I'm just a student. So for me, it really struck home. I remember not thinking very much other than looking around, and I ripped that poster off the wall and I ran home with it. I put it in my bag and I drove home as quick as I could. And I remember sitting at the end of my bed. I got home and sitting at the end of my bed and I unraveled that poster and I put it up on the wall. And I had put it beside a poster that my wife had given me years and years before. And it was the title Determination. And what it says, it's not whether you get knocked down, but rather if you get back up again. I lived by that for 7 years. 131 free agent camps, 131 times told, you have all the ability in the world, we're going to call you tomorrow, until they found out there was no college university experience with me. And I lived by that. And I basically said, you know what, I'm entitled to be down today, but I'll get up tomorrow. But at that point in my life, it wasn't working. The only thing I had running through my mind was, why does it always have to be somebody else? Why can't it be me? Why does it always have to be some other kicker, some other athlete, actor, actress, somebody else who's lost 100 pounds, somebody else who's gained 100 pounds, muscle? You know, that's what was going through my mind. And for me, I finally had enough. I remember sitting at the bed for probably a good hour. And then finally, the biggest thing that had come to my mind was, I got up and I remember walking over to my desk and I went into the drawer and I grabbed the black marker and I walked over to the wall and I read that 1 in 100,000. It just kept sticking with me, the odds, the odds, the odds. Well, I had enough. I decided I wanted to be that one. I grabbed the black marker and I put a big X through the 100,000 and I wrote, be that one. And that was the most inspirational thing in my life. It changed my life. I was determined to be that one. I got goosebumps. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you can't see it from the video. It's just me sitting here in my home. Behind, you see some pictures. It wasn't meant to be crass by any means. But I want you guys to see that somebody with no college university experience, even with given all the odds, I did it. I did it. And I want you guys to believe out there, I'm in the fitness industry, but it doesn't matter what it is, how big or small. You can be that one. Be that one for me is very simple. BTO Performance. And that's what the business is all about. And I just want you guys to understand that. From my heart, there's substance behind it. And I wish everybody out there that you could live your dream for one day. Because it really, truly is the most amazing feeling. And you guys need to know this one thing. That no matter how big or small your goals are, you can be that one. It does not have to be the other person. It can be you. So, with that said, welcome to BTO Performance, or if you like to call it, Be That One Performance. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. There's going to be so much great stuff coming up on the website, but you at least needed to know this about my company. And I'm very proud of it. And my wife and I are very proud of it, and my daughter, Skylar. So we're so looking forward to helping so many great people out there. Thank you. From BTO Performance.